Have you ever just stopped and wondered how anything alive manages to keep going? I mean, the world outside is pure chaos, right? One minute it's a heat wave, the next it's freezing cold. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of biology's most amazing tricks.
Seriously, this is the question for every living thing out there. From the tiniest little microbe to a giant blue whale, and yeah, even the plants in your house. How on earth do they all keep things stable on the inside when everything on the outside is just constantly changing?
Just think about your average day. The temperature can swing like crazy. It can go from a flood to a drought in a season. The world is just, this wild, unpredictable place. And honestly, it's pretty hostile to the super delicate machinery that makes life possible.
That's because deep inside our bodies, our cells need everything to be just right. Not too hot, not too cold, not too much water, not too little. They're pretty picky. They need this perfect, stable environment to do their jobs. So how does life solve this constant push and pull? Well, the solution is this incredible process that's happening inside you right now, this very second. It's an amazing concept, and it's called homeostasis. So what is it? Homeostasis is basically life's master control system. It's a whole series of automatic adjustments your body is constantly making to keep your internal world stable and happy, all within a really narrow, perfect range. It's not about being static. It's a dynamic, non-stop balancing act. And the way it works is through this constant feedback loop. So picture this. You step outside and it's freezing. Receptors in your skin instantly detect that drop in temperature. They shoot a message to the control center, your brain. Your brain goes, "Whoa, it's cold," and activates a fix, like making you shiver to generate heat. As soon as you're warm enough, the system backs off. Detect, analyze, correct, and repeat. It's just a beautifully elegant system. Now, this whole balancing act really focuses on three critical jobs. First, there's thermoregulation. That's all about keeping your body temperature in that sweet spot. Then you've got osmoregulation, which is managing your water and salt balance. And finally, excretion, which is the super important job of getting rid of toxic junk. So let's break these down.
All right, first up, thermoregulation. The easiest way to think about this is like your body has its own super advanced built-in thermostat, and its only job is to keep your core temperature incredibly stable.
For us humans, that magic number is right around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. Why? Because the little proteins that run basically every chemical reaction in your body, your enzymes, they work best at exactly that temperature. So what happens when the outside world tries to mess with that perfect setting? Well, your body has these really clever opposing gain plans. When you get too hot, your blood vessels open up wide. That's called vasodilation, which brings warm blood closer to your skin to let the heat escape. And of course, you sweat, and that sweat evaporates and cools you down. When you're cold, it does the exact opposite. Your blood vessels get narrow to keep all that precious heat deep inside. You stop sweating, and your hairs stand on end trying to trap a little layer of warm air. It's that feedback loop in action, perfectly. Okay, let's move on. Because it's not just about heat. Life has to deal with this constant double whammy, keeping the right amount of water while also getting rid of toxic waste products. And hey, this isn't just our problem. Plants are absolute masters of this balancing act, adapting in some of the most amazing ways to live in places that are either totally waterlogged or bone dry. I mean, just look at these incredible adaptations. On one hand, you've got hydrophytes, like a water lily, just chilling in fresh water. They have these huge, broad leaves specifically to get rid of all that extra water. Then, on the complete opposite end, you've got xerophytes. Think of a cactus in the desert. They have tiny little leaves or even spines to prevent water loss, crazy deep roots to search for any drop they can find, and these thick, waxy coatings to seal it all in. Two opposite problems, two totally elegant, evolved solutions. So how do we humans tackle this water and waste problem? We have a pair of organs that are they're biological marvels. I'm talking about the kidneys. They really are the unsung heroes of our internal world. And if we could zoom way, way into one of your kidneys, we'd find its real workhorse, a little thing called the nephron. You have millions of these microscopic filtering stations in each kidney. This is where the magic really happens, where your blood gets cleaned and balanced 24/7. So here's how it goes down. First, something called ultrafiltration. Basically, high pressure shoves a bunch of fluid from your blood, the good stuff, the bad stuff, all of it, into the nephron. But wait, you can't just throw out all the good stuff. So that brings us to step 2,
Selective reabsorption. The nephron works incredibly hard to pull back almost all of the water, the sugars, and the salts your body needs. And finally, whatever's left over, the extra water, extra salts, and toxic junk like urea gets collected as urine, and you know the rest. It's a ridiculously efficient system for cleaning house, but making sure you don't throw out the valuables.
So, we've talked about managing temperature, water, and waste. And it might just seem like a kind of complex biology lesson, but trust me, you cannot overstate how important this whole process is.
At the end of the day, this is what makes our complex lives even possible. Homeostasis is this invisible force that creates a perfect, stable little world inside of you, so you don't have to worry about the chaos outside. Every single breath you take, every sip of water, every second you spend in the sun or the cold, this system is humming along silently in the background, just keeping you.
It really is life's greatest secret, isn't it? This incredible ability to create order out of total chaos. And it leaves you with a pretty wild thought. As we learn more and more about these amazing feedback loops and balancing acts, what could we build? What new medicines or technologies could we create if we could truly mimic nature's 4 billion-year-old masterpiece? Thanks for watching.